Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. You can visit us at nearlyenoughdice.com. You don't have to do that, but it'd just be nice. Right, so I've done, this is a Kerbal Space Program, and I've done the construction basics, and I've done the flight basics. So I'm now going to do, I don't know why the debug toolbar happened, and I don't know how to make it go away. No, broken it. Hopefully it'll go away when I start the training, because the debug toolbar, I mean, I may just have to go look it up, how to get rid of it. Anyway, so I've done the construction basics, done the flight basics. Science! 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 No, the debug toolbar's not going away. How did I make that happen? Kerbal. I'm typing this in my tablet. Kerbal debug key. So I want to get rid of it. Maybe up there while I'm looking at it. Mod F12. Oh, I see. Oh, that's annoying. I very cleverly made the hotkey for starting and stopping the recording the same as the debug one. So do that. I'm going to stop recording. No, I'm not. Haha! Brilliant. I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to change my hotkey for recording, obviously. But never mind. Ha la la la. Wernher Von Kerman. Hello and welcome to today's lecture on Kerbal's scientific method. Wernher Von Kerman, scientist extraordinaire. This tutorial doesn't require any previous knowledge, but in order to gather science points, you will have to acquaint yourself with almost every aspect of the game. So if you'd like to do it all at some point, so I should do them all at some point. We are now at the Kerbal Space Center. I'll give you a guide, quick tour, and you could hover the mouse over any building that you see its name and bar. Right, a large building, top left, closest to the runway. It's a space plane hangar. Here you can build and fly space planes. There's a large cube-like structure in the middle of the vehicle assembly building. So I click on that. Was it right click on it? What am I meant to do? Yeah, I'm probably going to the... Yeah, okay. Didn't want to be there. I'm going somewhere I didn't want to be. Do I just want to exit? Exit might also not what be... Exiting may also not what... Exiting may also not be what I want to do. Right, so I've lost the tutorial. So that's a problem. Let's go to the menu and start again. I'm good at this. I am competent. I can do computers. So training, science basics. I think I'm doing. I don't know if I've got the same. I should check my accent. See if I'm doing Wernher Kerman. Hello and welcome to today's lecture. Hit next. Okay, vehicle assembly building, spaceplane hangar. This is where you construct most of your spacecraft. It's connected to the launch pad, located at the upper right. This is where you can put your creations to test and start new missions. However, the launch pad will only allow vertical vehicles, vertical launches. Crew management and hiring applications take place in the astronaut complex located next to the flagpole. What are you? Yeah, astronaut complex, so that's that curvy thing. Facility with the 3 parabolic antennas, that one. Tracking station, which you manage, access, and observe all active missions. It's a large complex at the bottom of the space center is a research and development complex. The main focus of this tutorial. This is where you will make use of your science points and your missions saved toward you and you'll gain more powers. Go again and click it to see it in action. Click, 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 click. Right. Very good. What you see in the middle of the graph paper is a tech tree. It shows how your fire research has taken Kerbal technology. You don't have much to show it? No, because you're not a world-class scientist like myself. At least not that yet. but I trust you have the potential to achieve great things. Typical career game, you will start with a few parts and have to earn rest. For education's sake, I've gone ahead and given you some data of your scientists. So you should have enough science to unlock the next node. Amount of science you have, shown in the top right. That looks like... Is that top right? Well, it's more like middle to me. Go for it! Select the grayed out node. Book. Click the blue research button. Big. So this is basic rocketry. How hard can rocket science be anyway? Quite hard, apparently. Hooray! That is not how research is done! You should have noticed new nodes to be research spawned from the one you just researched. Now you're presented with choices. Don't know which one to pick next? Don't worry! You can select a node at any time and useful information will be displayed. The right-hand pane. So, general rocketry gives me a big engine and a fuel booster and a Sepatron. A small canister filled with what appears to be solid rocket fuel, although not much of a step forward in terms of raw power. Kerbal scientists have slowly warmed up to the Sepatron one's many uses, such as pushing things away. For best results, angle before use. Now, you are probably thinking to yourself, now this is all nice and jolly, but how do I get more science? Get more in 3 ways: experiments, situations, and biomes. Almost anything you will do will be an experiment, be it Kerbal's writing reports during EVAs or observing Mr. Goo. All of these actions can be accessed through the various right-click context menu. Just keep in mind that your crew needs to survive the mission for you to get the science. Situations, as the name implies, is about getting yourself in particular situations. It could be landing, orbiting, or splashing down. Anything really. Biomes are the surface samples Kerbals can collect on EVAs during their missions. To keep track of your progress, you can access the science archives by clicking on the yellow button, upper left. That'll be that one. That's it. In the archives, you can see what experiments, situations, and biomes you have already collected. It's very important, because as you see, if you repeat the same experiment multiple times, its scientific value degrades, because you're not learning anything new. And you, as a result, you will not get as much science as you do the first time, until you get practically nothing. Alright. Another outstanding feature of the archives is that you can check what celestial bodies you have already visited and conducted experiments in. You can do so by clicking the icon corresponding to the body that you're interested in. For now, you'll only see the records of the research I gave you. But once you start doing endurance science, you'll be able to check it there. 0 science reports out of total 1. Well, that's all I can say about science. It's a theory class, and I'm sure it'll all make a lot more sense when you go out and try it yourself. Remember that science requires curiosity, so go out and experiment. And don't be discouraged if a mission doesn't go quite as planned. If you learn something new, it's not a complete failure. If you're still feeling lost, feel free to try the other tutorials. I must continue my research down. Looking forward to your accomplishments. Show yourself out by using the red button on the upper right when you're done. It's not really red, it's more of a brown. But it'll do. And you can't see it because my face is in the middle, because my face goes in that bit there. Okay, cool. So that was a tutorial. So I won't, in fact, I was saying, I'll do 1 tutorial per video, but that was really quick, so let's do another one. Training. Orbiting. This should be fun. I suspect bad things will happen. There may be fire. Gene Kerman. Welcome to the Orbiting 101 training program. I'm Gene Kerman. I'm going to teach you the basics of orbiting. I assume you've already done basic 5 tutorials and are now ready to learn how to get around in space. Haven't done them well? Hope you know what you're doing. Let's get started. Nothing more than free falling. The only thing is that you always fall, you move so fast forward, you actually miss the ground. Because there's no atmosphere to slow you down. Ooh. Oh, that's quite pretty. You'll continue to free fall endlessly around the planet without having to use your engines. We're currently in a low, almost circular orbit around Kerbal. To get a better view of the system, please press the M key to go into the map view. Boink. So there we go. So that's us, and that's our orbit. Use mouse to look around. to see your orbit from various angles. So that's right mouse button. Hover your icon on the map will display more information. So order 1A, that's the velocity and altitude. Periapsis, whatever that is. I think periapsis is your lowest orbiting point, and apoapsis is your highest, but I'm sure we'll find out. Eventually, I'm getting get told. I can look, there's Ike, not quite sure what Ike is. I presume Ike is one of the other planets. There's the moon. So I can look at the moon, I can see what it's about. There you go. Let's go back to me. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Close the map when you're done. Had a bit of a think. Good, let's get practical now. I just you ought to know the basic spacecraft controls. Up here they're very much the same, only that the lack of mouse makes the ship behave quite differently because there is no drag slowing you down. Every input you apply, you have to apply an opposite one to come to stop again. Going to remotely nudge your attitude controls a little to try and get the ship back under control afterwards. Right, so I'm about to get confused. Okay. Currently have no evidence that anything I'm doing is having any effect whatsoever. Okay, there we go. I wish I have a gamepad of some description. Ah, there, using the control, stop rotation using the pitch yaw and roll controls. So you use the nav ball to orient yourself instead of looking at the ship. The nav ball isn't affected by the camera. I'm still spinning. Right, I'm just going to cheat and use T. Okay, let's have a look at the nav ball. The prograde vector points towards your velocity vector, that is, it points to where you're going, so that's that thing. Retrograde vector points directly away from your velocity. Prograde viewpoint vector points towards your current viewpoint, current waypoint, sorry. And retrograde waypoint vector points directly away from your current waypoint. Okay. Open your map again. What we want to do now is go through some of the basic maneuvers you'll need to know. Let's try raising your apoapsis first. The apoapsis is the highest point in orbit and is indicated by the node marked AP, so that's that one there. The best place to raise your apoapsis is at the periapsis node, which is the lowest point of your orbit. Hover the mouse, you'll see what we're going to reach in a few minutes. Once there, we'll face prograde and burn. Press period to go a bit faster. Okay, time is now passing 5 times faster than normal. We should be there in a few moments. You can control the time with the period and comma keys or click the arrows on there. This time will put us back to normal again just before we reach periapsis. That's very nice of you. Out of training though, you'll have to warp time down to 1 time yourself, so don't get too fast or you might miss your mark. So I'm chucking the warp up quite a lot and then I'm going to warp down. Right, so a few seconds away from periapsis, time to go and try to turn prograde and do our burn. However, instead of just closing up, let's just bring up the nav ball here so we can see what's happening or as we accelerate. Click the little tab. There we go. Turn SAS on, which I think I will because I'm a child. So I want the prograde, which is the yellow, the green. No, I think that's exactly wrong. Oh, I don't seem to have one of those. Must be. Oh yes, okay. It'll be along the horizon. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right, so get that pointers. Okay, now we are turned prograde. I've engaged SS. Keep it steady. Press the Z key to accelerate at full throttle. Notice how the opposite of your orbit starts to rise as you accelerate. I'm not sure you can hear me over the exciting thing. So I want my apoapsis to reach about 80,000 meters. Cannot walk faster than 1 times when the ship is under acceleration. So that's a thing I didn't know. Just adjusting my attitude there. Gradually watching a circle increase is the most exciting thing. Getting there. And I'm going to hit X as soon as I get within, well, quite close to 800,000. Getting quite close. Alright, so that's how you raise your apoapsis node. With orbital maneuvers, pretty much everything you do will affect the opposite side of your orbit. So to raise the highest point, you thrust forward at the lowest point, similar to raise your periapsis. You thrust prograde at the apoapsis. We're on our way to the apoapsis now, so let's just do that. Press next one already, and warp time is there quickly. Okay, we're on our way to the apoapsis node now. Notice how your ship loses speed as we rise. That's because we're climbing away from the planet, so we lose speed as we go higher, just as you would if you were climbing a hill back here on Kerbal. The higher you are, the slower your orbit will be. Notice how the moon's orbital speed is about 540 meters a second, while yours is far higher. When we reach apoapsis, we'll burn prograde again to raise the periapsis node and circularize our orbit. Okay, so it's going to be on the horizon. I think I've just missed it actually. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Sims 4, turn prograde and fire up those engines, and watch the periapsis ride. Periapsis, yeah. Right, so it's the eccentricity that's going down. But I want that to be about 800,000 again. So, yeah. Kind of wish I had more engines on this thing so it would go faster, but I'll probably just crash and burn in a horrible, horrible fireball. I'm not sure what those are. I think that might be because I chose something else to look at. I think that's part of, I think that's No, I have no idea what that is. So there we are, there's our ship. We're on the night side, so it's a bit difficult to see. The sun is on the other side. Just change the focus so that it's on the ship as opposed to Kerbal itself. See the orbit getting more and more circular. It's very exciting. Bring that up. Okay, so this is how you change the size of your orbit. The maneuver should come in handy in many situations. Look into changing your orbital inclination. That's the angle. Oh, that's the angle you make towards the equator. If you're managed to maintain a reasonable amount of control at the start, we should still be nearly 0% inclination. That is not quite true, I don't think. No, maybe. Even though we've changed the altitude of orbit, it still has the same inclination before. Changing it's done by thrusting at 90-degree angles to your prograde vector, but without changing your pitch relative to the surface. On our present, nearly equatorial orbit, prograde is due east. That means to increase our inclination, so it would take into high latitudes, we have to burn towards the north. The nav ball. Perpendicular to your orbital plane, it will point in the positive or upwards direction. The anti-normal vector is perpendicular to the orbital plane and point in the negative or downwards direction. In this case, we want to use the normal vector. So turn the ship to the normal vector and open the throttle. Now that would be pointing directly at the ground, which is probably not what I want. No, I'm not seeing it. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oops. Wrong way. A bit further. Whoop. Right, so we want to get to about 10 degrees. So I guess that line must be the inclination or something. It's going well so far. 2.9. I'm undergoing acceleration, so I can't. Yeah, you can see the tilt actually happening there. I think that's the tilt from looking at. Go on, go on, go on. Halfway there. Keep that in the center as best I can, down there. It is interesting. I know a little tiny bit about orbital mechanics because I used to work at a engineering department, well, the School of Engineering at a university. And yeah, there was aeronautics and astronautics as part of that. Good. This is how you change your orbital inclination. For those maneuvers, it's always better to do it in the slowest part of the orbit, so you don't have to spend as much delta V to turn your orbit around. That also means inclination changes on larger orbits, such as we're on now, take less fuel than the same inclination change on a lower one. That's interesting. Keep in mind that changing inclination doesn't necessarily mean accelerating to north or south. It means accelerating 90% to your prograde vector, which on our nearly equatorial orbit also happen to be towards the north. Last essential maneuver, lowering your orbit. As mentioned, lowering your orbit altitude is very much like raising it, only in reverse. Because there's no air up here, we can use our main engines to decelerate as well accelerate, because nothing says we have to be facing some direction or another. Since our orbit is nearly circular, we can just turn retrograde and do a burn at any time now, so let's get to it. Aim towards the retrograde vector and start those engines up again. I'm going to turn off SAS. Let's see if I can find, there we go, there's our retrograde vector. Turn SAS back on again. Or can I just click onto the retrograde? It'll like autopilot me there. Okay. Keep burning until periapsis is around 30,000. Try getting as close as possible this time. If you overshoot, get too low. Turn prograde and accelerate again. For precision, remember that you can modulate your throttle using left control and left shift. Cheat. I'm going to cheat and turn on the assistance. My crew. Cool. Resources, so it's telling me how much fuel I've got, how much electricity charge, monitor development, so things what I'm using now. No, I'm using liquid fuel. Okay. Because I haven't turned on the R thing, oxidizer, and take air, so I'm not using any of that. That's all going fine. No messages. Just wait for that to come down. It's conveniently showing me here, but I can always just have a look at stuff going on there. How quickly is that going down? So I need to start deciding when I want to start, throttling back a bit. 1,000, 2,000, so it's taking about 3,000. Yay, you're on your way back. 30,000 is low enough to be in the atmosphere. So you're now on a re-entry course to Kerbal. Once you're below 60,000 meters, the atmosphere will start slowing the ship down so you won't have enough velocity to rise back up again. Then your lesson now, you can continue doing the maneuvers on your own, or wait for periapsis and do a re-entry and land. Don't forget to decouple the capsule and deploy the parachute. So if I go to staging, Okay. So I want to do that. I'll do it in order. So chuck the warp up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and land and see what happens. Where's my altimeter? Right, so I'll go up one warp. So let's see what that's saying. Descending node. I suspect that was right, there we go. So if I hit spacebar, I think those should drop. Well, actually, I don't know. They'll either start to burn. I think I'm in. No, I think I'm in this one, so it'll go to the next one. I'm deploying my parachute already, although I don't think anything's actually going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen until I actually get within more of the atmosphere. I wonder if I wanted to burn a bit. Yeah, maybe. Probably could have done with just waiting a bit longer. And well, and certainly, I don't think deploying the parachute has done me any good. But never mind. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that could have been bad. I don't know what that was. Don't know why that suddenly accelerated towards me. That was actually slightly frightening. So I'm gonna up the using sequence. Okay. Right, so it's getting hot, so I'm re-entering the atmosphere. So there you go. I'm in fact pointing the right way because I suddenly realised that actually, yeah, I did want to point that way because that way my heat shield is going. I'm going bum first, so my heat shield is in the way, which is in fact exactly what I want. So, yeah, I know that by putting the warp up, the poor physics engine is obviously having a bit of trouble seeing what's happening. So I think I made things a bit unstable there, but it looks like it's going to sort itself out. And that's my parachute now acting as a drogue, but I wonder if I'm going to burn it off because I deployed it too soon. I do hope not, because then I will die. I just casually assumed that it would be alright to deploy my drogue, deploy the parachute. And it looks like actually I was very stupid and I shouldn't have done that. But never mind. Okay, looks like it survived that. They might still be on fire. But I don't think I am at the minute. was looking to see if I could go inside the cabin and see what. I mean, I don't think I can actually do anything in the cabin in a minute. Still quite high up. Clearly, we're going to end up in the ocean. And fair enough. I also have no manoeuvring capability at all, which actually makes perfect sense. So I've got an IVA button, but it doesn't actually let me do anything. That's either in vehicle or intra vehicle activity. So where's my speedometer? So I'm going quite fast. Yeah, that's not a board. That would be a bad thing. Do we lights on this? No. Don't have any brakes either. That's fine. So I'm quite clearly now going more or less straight down at a great rate of knots. More or less literally. But the atmosphere is still quite thin. Should be deploying soon. But I'm still over, just under 2 clicks up now. A click and a half. So, although that kind of looks very near, that's because I can't see much detail. Oh, that's quite pretty. That is quite pretty. And there you go. So we should have a nice gentle splashdown now. May take it a little while. We'll get back down to warp 1 when we're about 100 meters up, I think. There we go. So I should now. I don't know if I can do any research here. Control from here. Rename vessel. Toggle talk. Crew reports. You record the crew assessment, so we'll keep the data. I don't know what that is. Control rename vessel toggle talk, and I will not abort. I will cover the vessel. Well, that was very exciting. So that was orbital mechanics, changing your periapsis and apoapsis. I think I've got that right. Oh, it's nighttime. Didn't know you could get nighttime. Where's my science building? Research and development. Oh, facilities closed. Hang on, they're not missing in action, are they? Surely I recovered them. Just wondering who these guys are. Are they the people I just lost? Have I just lost them? Well, it doesn't really matter because I won't be saving this one. So there you go. That is basic orbital mechanics. I'm also going to have to check things out when it's daytime. And I'm not going to save it because, again, this is just the tutorial, so I don't know if I'm losing people because they're just not being recovered because they're only the tutorials. But I'm next. It's going to be To the Moon, Part 1 and Part 2. So I don't know if I'm going to do them all in one go. It's going to depend on how long they take. So that's going to be for next time. So until then, thanks very much for watching. If you've been liking this and you want to watch more Kerbal Space Program stuff, like and subscribe. And I'm also doing a Terraria Let's Play, and we should very soon be doing Don't Starve together with myself and my podcast partner. And speaking of podcasts, you can find us at www.nearlyenoughdiced.com for a role-playing game-themed podcast and blog and various other bits and pieces. And until we meet again, Reach for the stars.